So as you may have seen from the previous video, which was about 7 seconds long, this is what I've been working on these past couple days. I actually started making this in the summer, lost motivation to, and then just recently picked up the motivation to continue with it again. This is a fully scratch-made, homemade railway crossing signal, complete with a gate arm, which is very, very tall, gate lights, pretty much everything except the crossbuck. And I do have future plans for it to improve it. Obviously I'm going to get a crossbuck. I actually have this real crossbuck right here, but it's too proportionately big in my opinion. It looks too big on the signal, and also it's heavy, and I don't think, unless I did some pretty major reinforcing, which I am going to do eventually, I don't think the signal will actually hold the weight of it. The mast is 100mm PVC storm drain pipe that I bought from Bunnings. It was like, I think it was like $35 or something. It was a 3-meter length and I cut it down a little bit. The lights I made myself. They consist of actually 20mm junction boxes and conduit fittings, basically. They use car brake light, tail light bulbs, and I got these sockets on eBay. This is another conduit junction box with the back of it cut off. This reflector on both of them, they come in a 2-pack from Bunnings, just little reflectors. They come with a white ring around them you can take off. And then this sheet metal that I cut out and shaped to make it look like a signal light was just like the shell from a DVD player that didn't work, and I just cut it up and made it into these. You can see it's the cheap rubbish Bunnings Dita brand stuff. I would have used Clipsal stuff, but I can't get that. But I mean, it's not really doing electrically purposes here, and we'll see how long it lasts outside. Same thing goes for this pipe. I spray painted everything silver, but as you can see, I'm going to need to repaint it all pretty soon here. It's getting a lot of nasty scratches in it. The gate arm itself is skirting board, like what you'd find on the wall next to the floor in a house. The stuff that lines the bottom of the wall. And I wrapped it in cloth tape because it's weather sealing outing. If that makes any sense at all. It seals out the weather, and I just realized I mounted it upside down, doesn't matter, cut that out. These lights were just eBay. They're actually not very bright. I'm probably going to put something brighter on here eventually. You can see this one is installed incorrectly so that there's room in there for the wire connections. The wires just run in this section, that's why it's a bit wider. I don't know how well you can see that, compare it to that side. These stripes, again, are more cloth tape. You can get it in different colours. I got some white to cover it, and then I just got red and cut the stripes out of it. There's 3 lights on each side, so there's 6 in total. I paid $20 for all 6 of them, which is a little bit much in my opinion, but considering that they are something similar in an auto store, we would go for about $50. The arms, this piece, are all wood. This is Jarrah wood. It's spray painted silver. I don't know if there's any, oh yeah, this bottom bit's not painted. You can see that's the original colour of it. This is Laminex chipboard. It's not weather rated. You can see the rain is starting to break it down, the wet. And then this outer piece is just standard plywood that's sprayed silver. I'm going to eventually get some thick sheet metal for this probably. The box that the gate mechanism is made out of is actually a circuit breaker panel box, like what we have here in Australia. There'd be one of these at the front of your house. You open the lid, all your circuit breakers are inside for all the electrical systems in your house. I did that as well. The weights, this is an old motor from a washing machine pump, and then these are ballasts, 400 watt mercury vapor ballasts out of some high bay warehouse lights. You can see there's another elbow here because eventually I'm going to have a second set of lights coming out the other side. I just haven't got the materials to make it right now. This rotating beacon light, there's no real rhyme or reason for this to be on here. I just kind of thought it'd look cool, so I put it on there. This junction box is temporary. I'm going to get one that just has one without the one at the top, because you can see it's just plugged off. But yeah, that's another thing that I need to change. This cable, this feeds the lights on the gate, and it also comes out here and feeds the rotating beacon light. That's just from plugs. I just cut the plugs off the end and used it as cable. It just goes to there, and then the speaker cable inside powering these lights. You can see there's one on the very end all the way up there. I don't even know how high that is. I should measure it, shouldn't I? This came from Lion's Shed. On the other side here we've got, this is another 400 watt high pressure sodium ballast, 400 watt mercury vapor ballast, and this is a speaker magnet. So I'm sure you all want to see what's inside the box, and I don't really want to show you, but I suppose I'm going to have to. We've got this mess of wiring that is going to be organised. I'm eventually going to get a circuit breaker panel bus bar and use relays to make it all eventually it's going to be all automatic. There's going to be no, I'll show you my remote control that I've got for it in a bit. This connector here just goes to the rotating beacon light, these two wires right here, just so that I can easily disconnect and take it off if I want to. This is temporary. This is what I've got for the bell. This is a reception desk bell, and that's the center of a doorbell. This is what's going to be the bell on this, except it's not going to be here. I'm going to put it in another piece of 100mm PVC with holes cut in it for the sound to come out, and it's going to go on top of the signal where a bell would normally be. But just because I need to get some more end caps for the 100mm PVC pipe. I don't have them right now, so it's in here. We've got a car indicator flashing relay, which flashes the indicators or turn signals in your car. Got another relay and another relay. I will draw up a diagram. 2 relays is unnecessary, but I put 2 relays in. I forget the reason I put 2 relays in. I think it was because this one wouldn't work off the turn signal flasher or something. This is one of the 2 plug cables going out to the gate lights. You can see it's got 2 reds on it because it's 2 actives or 2 pluses. This is the other one here. It's got a black and a red on it so that I know because of the same cable. What else? These 3 wires here, 2 brown actives and 1 blue neutral, which go up the mast to the gate light. And I'm sure you're wondering how the gate goes up and down. That's this thing here that I need to mount better apparently. This is the center of a drill. I don't know if you can tell. That's the chuck from a drill. And this is basically just the guts of a cordless drill. Motor on the back, gearbox, and then your thing. And you can see, if I just point the camera up the mast, you can see there's a bolt in the drill chuck with string wrapped around it. That's actually fishing line. And it goes up the pole to the very top. I've got no idea what you can see right now. But at the very top there's a little pulley wheel. A little pulley wheel, the string comes up, goes around the pulley wheel and comes out, and it's just tied onto the gate. And that's how it goes up and down. So as far as future plans go, I definitely have future plans for this thing. I want to get a crossbuck, possibly a new gate. This can't be wood. It's all eventually going to be automatic. That siren light isn't going to stay there. And a bell, and just make it sturdier and built better and better control system. I'll show you what I've got for control. These are just 2 extension leads wrapped in, well, they're wire from extension leads wrapped in electrical tape. I've got a junction box, which is like what you'd find in your attic of your house with a gland. And then on the front of it here, I've just got an on-off switch and then a 2-way momentary switch for the gate. So when I turn this on, all the lights and the bell will start sounding. And then this operates the gate, which I'm not going to do right now because you just saw that. So yeah, you'll definitely expect to see more videos of this. I plan to improve it and change things, and yeah, there'll be a lot more videos of this thing as I improve and change things on it. So yeah, this is my homemade railway crossing signal. Incomplete. Thanks for watching. And I just walked into the lawnmower again.